Nice player to watch, actually. He gets on with it. He's a good putter. And he's a good lad to have around the circuit. And it's delighted for him to break into the top 16. He deserves it. He's worked hard.
Well, Sean Murphy determined to get past the quarter-final stage. And he's got some work to do, obviously. And some work to do in the concluding stages of this match. Judd Trump and Stuart Bingham poised at 2 frames apiece. First to 6, of course, we'll go through and we'll head back to Stephen and John in the box. All yours.
Thank you. Yes, that mid-session interval is over. And now we're going to play to a finish. To 11, first to 6, remember. Still might be a few little twists and turns yet.
Judd was busy tweeting in the interval, John. You a tweeter?
No. No.
It's amazing though. If I was in the interval of a match, I'd be locked in my dressing room trying to get my thoughts together, ready to go out for the second session.
Yeah, it's obviously a new thing that people do. He's made a mistake. Oh, this red will go. And he could pot it and be on the black. Well, once again, he just didn't hit that red in the middle of the pocket. If he had it done, I think he'd have made a cannon on the second. But it just didn't catch it quite right. That's why it threw the cue ball a little bit wide. And that's why he's just having to play safe. Pretty good effort, but just not quite there. I misjudged that. But it might not be too bad. In fact, Stuart's having to come off the side cushion. It's very good. Not surprised me him going that way. He didn't think much about it, but he may have left a pot on him. Well, if he does, or had, he's not being tempted by it. Well, it wasn't the best shot. And this red is on to this corner, and if he wasn't put by the yellow, I think he'd be taking it on, but it's a tough shot, hampered, but he can't see an alternative. Oh, wow, that was unlucky.
Judd Trump 4.
It's a good effort. As I say, hampered as he was by the yellow. Full length of the table. And just got this little second kiss off the red to send the white in the pocket.
There's an example there of hitting the red right in the middle of the pocket. Hit that absolutely as sweet as you could hit a ball.
Yeah, we talk about cue power. It isn't cue power, that's just timing. And he, as you say, Stephen, he hit it as sweet as a nut.
3.
There's the pot success. So Stuart needs to build up that percentage, otherwise this match is going to slip away.
4.
Just missed 1 or 2 that he shouldn't have done. And you don't have to miss many against Judd Trump to
8.
lose frames.
9.
a little bit disappointed.
25.
Nice angle in the black. We're trying to hit the red half ball here. And just hit it about quarter ball. That's why it's caught the too thin and the white's travelled up to the bulk area.
32.
I think the fact he played on the white pushed out before it, had a chance to arc back into the pack. I think it was probably more of a stun shot required there.
Judd Trump, 32.
Well, I'd be disappointed that he didn't make more of that. Yeah, it was one of those. If you play it with backspin and you play it at that pace, it just takes the time for the spin to grip on the ball, and as you say, Stephen, it's probably better off running it into those reds. He's just about got safe. His heart would have been in his mouth for a moment there, Stuart. It looked as though he's going to leave this red onto the right middle. Just run far enough.
Well, that was a different way of playing it. The reason Stuart was playing that red, he didn't want to play off the pack. He didn't want to open reds up, so he played chose to play a more defensive safety.
Well, there you see, he's having a look at two reds. There's a bit of a gap between the two of them, but he feels he can make it into a plant. As I say, there was a bit of a gap, so it wasn't straightforward, and he's gifted an easy starter now for Stuart Bingham.
One.
Another red, white wipes its feet.
Got a red light coming on. Six. Seven.
For sports,
30.
doesn't matter how well you've paired, how well you're playing. As we've said a couple of times, Judd looks the more comfortable in the way he's striking the ball, but as you say, John, he could be 3 behind.
31.
He's hit the ball better in this break though, Stuart. Putting the balls in the middle of the pocket. His positional play has been inch perfect. This is slightly awkward, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you.
And now with a 2-point lead. I think off the red just above the black, he'd possibly play for blue or bought colour. The reason I say that is then it's easier to get on those two reds in the other half of the table, and he's finished perfect on this red.
44. $45. 50. $51. $56. $57. $59.
Well, the applause tells that snooker's now required, but I don't think Judd Trump will be getting back to the table here.
64.
And, well, as we were saying, he looks the better cueist, but
68.
he's not showing up in the scoreline.
$73.
But this has been a lot better from Stuart Bingham. This visit, he's taken these really well.
73.
Bothered about pink. So,
Stuart Bingham.
he goes in front once again. Judd Trump with a slight problem here. Falls 3-2 behind. Yeah, a couple of little things there in that frame, Stephen. We were talking about the pack opener, which Judd decided to play just didn't get the arc in time because he probably played a little bit hard. This was the shot.
Yeah, the cloths are so slick now that if you choose to hit the ball hard with screws, you say the white ball goes forward before it grips and comes back the way. So that's why I personally tend to stun those into the pack to avoid that situation.
Yeah, and then what surprised me after that, I mean, forward safety you would have seen coming down the left side of the table, and he decided to play a containing safety, which is very unlike him to play that shot.
Yeah, it's a negative shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
A positive shot, you've got to lead in the frame, play a good safety, open up the reds, get the white ball back in the baulk cushion, and you've got the other hand.
And you've got your opponent in trouble. So he plays the containing safety then, and yet the first opportunity he gets, he plays what was a risky plan. I don't mind him playing it because that's the game he plays, but from one minute he's playing a containing safety, next minute he's going for the plan to try